Hello, everyone. How's it going? Hey, I think I got everything in motion. Fred, knock it off. We can't do that right now, okay? Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. I needed to make sure that I have everything there. You good, Fred? Yeah, Fred. Fred's excited. So there was a lot of problems trying to get things to work for the other previous streams that were supposed to come after Resident Evil 4. So we're gonna disregard other. Fred, Fred, what's wrong? He just wants to say hi. Ow. Okay. Anyways, hopefully you've been doing well, guys. I know I've been trying to catch up with everything. So just gonna make sure I mute the tab for my thing, because honestly, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun, guys. It's been a hot minute since I've done a drawing stream. Fred, ow. I think the last time I did one was like, was it that long ago? I think a whole month. Yeah, it was a whole like month since I've done a drawing stream. So I figured I would do one tonight before Resident Evil 9. And let me warn you, I do have some topics to talk about when it comes to Resident Evil 9. So I'm going to try my best to shorten everything up and to avoid a lot of spoilers. So, yeah. Because I am trying my best to be respectful towards those who haven't played it yet. It just released, so I'm not going to go too much into any spoiler territory than to talk about what's been going on outside of that. It's gonna be a bit of a long ramble here and there. Anyways, hopefully you guys have been doing well. Karen says, hi there, Dazzling Kate. Hi, Karen, how have you been? Andy, welcome. How have you been? I know I'm just like all over the place right now. But yeah, I got a new version of Fire Alpaca because I wanted to upgrade this. I've been wanting to upgrade this for a while because not that the other one was doing me bad. I just wanted to see how much better the other one would be if I had the upgraded one. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that because now I can see if I can get better stuff, like better brushes and such. So, I'm very happy with that. And it's been quite fun doing that for the last day or so. It's only been a day since I got it, and I'm just like really happy. Anyways, let us see what I can continue on. So, I am currently working on a page from my comic and off and on working on a piece of my OC or original character Fawn because I really want to focus on doing more art pieces with her and trying to better myself with blending and all that jazz. Alrighty, let me just get back into it. I will try my best to pay attention to what I can. So far, I'm just like trying my best to focus on everything that I can focus on. So, yeah, that's fun. But ever since. Oh my god. Thumbelina, I am trying to focus. She's been trying to get my attention. Fun. Fun. That's good to hear that you're good, though. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it has been one thing after another when it comes to working on my art pieces. There's a lot going on, especially in the territory of Resident Evil. Again, I am not going to say much of any spoilers because again, trying to keep that to a minimum. Oh yeah, Andy, I've been working on my physical health. That's good to hear. Taking care of yourself, especially. There's so much going on. So much. Oh my goodness. Gotta check on my messages. Okay. Sorry. My sister messaged me. I wanted to make sure I attended to that so I wouldn't forget to, because sometimes I forget to message people back and I don't want to do that. Okay, anyways. Now where was I with this? Where was I going with this? Oh, stupid bug. Fred! No. Did I accidentally myself? Oh my god. No, I didn't. I think it's just a weird ruse. Okay, so a lot has happened ever since last week. Resident Evil games have been flying off the shelf, not flying off the shelves, but there's been some places, like I've said I think I said it in the Resident Evil 4 stream, that people have gotten the early copies of Resident Evil 9, and people are just spoiling things left and right. And I think it only gets worse from there, because once you get into the ending territory, that's when it gets into the bloodbath of it all. Oh my god, I'm trying my best to sum it up that there's definitely going to be a lot of bloodbaths of ship wars. I'm just going to put that out. I'm not going to say with who and when and why, but I think people can connect the dots after playing it, because it's just been weird for me when I was on X. I just keep seeing lots of people get into it. It's been annoying as hell. I'm used to seeing this shit. Totally, it's not fine, but it's you don't really pay much attention. But then it's you're already spoiling people on this and that. Again, trying to keep it to a minimum. But I'll probably go more into depth about that specific situation when the time comes, or when I actually play the game with you guys. I'm honestly really excited for it because there's so much I cannot wait to see. Mostly gameplay with Grace. I'm very excited for her. I'm really happy to see her. Like I'm hyped. I'm hyped for her. She's probably my favorite character so far, in new character so far in the franchise. And I know I keep saying that with almost every character I encounter. I don't know. To me, every time when Capcom releases new characters that I think fit into the universe nicely, I I just gotta say I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Like from like Revelations to Revelations 2, I was like obsessed with all the side characters. Like I know I loved Grinder and Jackass in Revelations 1, and I loved Natalia, I mean, in Revelations 2. I especially loved, what was her name? I'm trying to remember her name. Oh gosh. I have no idea what her name was, but she had an amazing fashion sense. And I wonder why Capcom just doesn't like give more outfits to side characters. I'm just saying, if they did that more with some side characters, I would be super happy. Or even villains of the such. Like, let me be real. I think it kind of jumps down to other new characters that there's gonna be something fun to see like the characters in. I'm really happy because of at least getting a few. Wait, no, I think it's one outfit choice for like Grace. I really wanted to get the collector's edition, but yeah, maybe they might decide to add more outfits for sale. I'm hoping. Like I don't really mind not having them, but it's just like I don't know. I kind of really wanted the outfits for like Grace and Leon. Like, come on. I just want these outfits. Can I please have them? Gosh, I know I sound really dorky right now. I'm just really too excited for this, which isn't bad. I mean, I got a whole cake to celebrate the return to Raccoon City. Now, I was going to try and play another game, but you know me, I don't want to deal with problems, and if I can spare my PS5 from ending early tonight and then having it be saved for tomorrow night, I know I'm not going to beat the entire game in one night. I mean, I could try. I could probably try, but I don't think I could go that far in the game. Oh my goodness. Uh, sorry, guys. I had to itch my back. It's really complicated to itch. But yeah, sorry. Everything's just been up and down lately. So, oh, LeMay, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I know it's been one hell of a time for me lately. This past week has been running by me really quickly. Like, I cannot, for the life of me, remember what I was going to do next for some of the things. Oh my god, I swear if my stream ends in the middle of nowhere or if I get kicked off, I mean, at least I know I'll get kicked off and not like have it end like the freaking PS5 every fucking time. Like, I know I was trying repeatedly for like Code Veronica because I'll be real, Code Veronica was one of my favorite games I played, and I I gotta say for like the Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, Veronica, you guys really made me change my mind of where I prioritize my gaming. Like, those games are just super fucking amazing. There will forever be parts of Resident Evil 4 and Village. Oh, you're just procrastinating and trying to get people to read the current draft of my story. Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I'm in the current like situation of trying to like finish writing the script to my Resident Evil 1 comic, and it's not going as well as I would think, but I'm also like I got to be productive. I got to push past like, too many edits. I have to like turn this into a routine for me to start doing these things so I can actually become a better artist and a better creator. And that is something I'm going to talk with you guys about, because I feel like I have to talk about what videos am I going to post up onto my channel in the future, and how am I going to actually go forward with this. It's definitely been fun just trying to figure that out. Have you heard of Tracker Bear? Tracker Bear. Is that something new? Let me check. Tracker Bear. Tracker Bear. Oh. Oh, it helps keep track of your writing. You can track words, chapters, I'm definitely going to use this. I am definitely going to use this app, because that sounds really useful. Like, oh my goodness. Having stuff like that to keep track of all the words in a specific chapter, that would definitely help me out in this situation. Because so far, when I try and keep track of, like, my writing projects now, it's just like, how many words was in this chapter? Did I overdo it with, like, chapter 3 and 6? Like, those are the questions I ask myself before I, like, share anything with, like, any of my friends or, like, sisters, and then they just, like, they will complain to me afterwards and go like, why didn't you tell me chapter 7 or 6 or something was this long? And I'll be like, I don't know, I wasn't paying much attention. So I'm gonna definitely get that arranged after the stream, because I really need that. Thank you for letting me know about that, LeMay. I really needed that. And myself in comics, welcome, and oh my goodness, thank you so much for the super chat. It means so much to me. I'm very, very happy. I guess I'm really, really happy, more so than usual, because of the game release, and everything's just like a mixed bucket of emotions right now, but I'm just really happy that I'm actually putting out content better now. So this just means a lot. It's been like a stressful couple of weeks. Mentally speaking, it's just like, outside of games, outside of pop culture, it's been exhausting to deal with. And usually when I talk on my videos or streams, I usually put up the happy face, and it's kind of draining, but I really want to make sure I am positive. But yeah, I'm really thankful for that. Thank you. Okay. Anyways, so the full piece that I'm working on, because I forgot to show you guys, because I am basing it off of this picture, and I really love this style of this dress. Like, look at how flowy she looks. Like, look at that dress. Those details in the, like, what do they call the tops? Busts? No, that's not the corsets. I'm gonna have to ask my sister what the preferred term is. Otherwise, I think she might actually crack my head open and be like, that's not the correct term, idiot. Like, she's definitely she's just this huge know-it-all when it comes to fashion, and I just really wanted to do something with, like, a flowy dress. But I didn't want to just, like, choose any random dress, so I was scrolling along on the internet, and I found this one, and I wanted to put fawn in it, and oh my gosh, I'm just slowly working on it. And I really like doing this style of drawing, painting ish. It makes it easier for my brain. Like, because sometimes I'll do this one thing, like, let me show you for an example what I usually do. And it'll be like, nah, nah, nah. And I don't really see much form in that, I stick to the safe poses, and I never really do anything other than that, and then it just becomes really hard for me, and I'm realizing what my best like what my best attempt, like my best method of drawing or like making a stylistic drawing painting thing is to just like go from like the silhouette to forming it and then like adding the shading on top. It's been relieving actually. Not that I don't like drawing in general. Like I love drawing. It's just in some ways when I'm trying to draw something like that, it's really difficult because it's all about the details, and sometimes trying to like draw like specific things like around like the flowers, the lines, and the extra details. Like sometimes you gotta trace them to get used to the pattern, which I would advise you to do if you ever wanted to learn how to draw. Understanding the material you're working with through tracing helps. Though I do not support when people trace the artwork and claim it as their own. Like, oh yeah, guys, look at this. I drew this all by myself. Like, no. When you use it as a practice for reference for a later point, go for it. Because then you can just pull up that piece and it will probably remind you of the patterns you used to make that specific thing happen. Or like when you break it down through tracing, like you break up the little shapes you see. Like one of the best examples. Okay, give me another pen. I'm gonna use something brighter. Like when you draw the flower, you're probably gonna draw the whole entire circle, put the middle in, start breaking it down into little pieces like that, like putting lines in, then putting another thing over it, and like another layer on top of that, and making it that from that. That's another method. When it comes to understanding this kind of stuff, I think I do it like I think I teach better than actually doing it. Because when I do it, it's like, oh man, I'm never really satisfied with this. Okay, you guys said flowy. Yay, positivity. Corset is what I think, but I could be wrong. I agree. Corset top. Thank you guys. I was almost gonna get an ass kicking from my sister. She's like really selective when it comes to correct terms. Like really selective. Not in a mean way, but she will correct you if you're wrong. But yeah, I've been playing around with this style for a while just because I really want to get back into actually doing things more with no, that's not what I'm looking for. Which one was it? Something with a more blending. No, that's not what I need. Comic marker, old comic marker. Realistic brush. That's what I need. Okay. But yeah, it's been nonstop for me, just being excited for the game and just trying to focus on that instead of like thinking about other things. Like I know for one fact, if I were to go into a lot of things, trying to figure out what I was gonna say. Now my brain's just like, I don't know what you were gonna say. It was probably something important. That sucks. Too bad. So sad. So yeah, that's unfortunate. So that kind of forms a bit of a lock. Did you did you guys know you actually had to rub like these areas like right here to like improve your lymphatic drainage? Like I just found out about that. Apparently you're supposed to do it with like that part. You're supposed to hold your like legs up onto the wall or something. Like basically as if you're just putting your legs onto the wall, kind of like sitting, but your like back is on the floor. It's really weird. It's really weird. Like, it's useful, but weird to know. But yeah, that was such an odd discovery. Oh yeah, I think I was gonna talk about my scheduling for other videos in the future and what I plan to do, because I have been noticing that I tend to do better when I have everything set up for that way. And what I mean is, like, when I plan things like months in advance, when I release specific videos, like, I used to be able to do that more frequently in the past. But that's when I discovered that, oh, my quality of the microphone isn't good, or I overthink this specific subject, when really all I had to do was just post the video and just be okay with it. But yeah, it's been one thing after another, you know? And trying to, like, make new friends, and then you realize, oh my goodness, am I ready for this again? Like, I don't know, I'm just, like, used to doing things in a specific way, and then over time you just kind of have to, like, work with the flow of it, like with the flow of the friendship, to kind of understand where you're going with it. Okay. Like, I know I'm following the shading patterns of that, like, picture, but it's a lot easier to do that than to try and replicate it in a different way. Like, I'm just saying that now because I am horrible when it comes to not following. Like, yes, it's a sandwich that I'm making for myself. Yeah, I'm pretty bad at everything else. Also, I've been checking out some other stories ooh, that I didn't think I would actually fall into the more creepy, more overthinking. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My computer kicked me off for a second, and I was still rambling about a specific story, and then I looked back on here, and I was like, oh, I'm not on anymore. Great, now I gotta redo that. Oh, joyous. Oh, joy. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Did I get the bad internet? Nope, I didn't get the bad internet. Okay. I'm on the right network. Sometimes it switches around, and it's super annoying when it does it. Oh, yeah. Let me show question more horror stories. Yeah, we're going in the direction of more of a horror element. Like, I know, and some of them are just inappropriate, and I'm curious as hell if I should step into that area. I'm not too sure yet. I'm still debating about it because I'm like, on one hand, it would be fun to go reading these stories and then breaking it down, writing notes, and reviewing it on like a new video or something. But on the other hand, I'm like, do I want to expose people to that specific genre of like deep horror? Like some of the like there's the gross horror kind of stuff, and then there's the more realistic focus on like realism, like thinking about existiism, or was that another? Is that a different word? Like why you exist and all that shit. Just like overthinking about that kind of element. Because there's like a couple of books that I've listened to. I didn't read them fully. I listened to them. I've listened to reviews on them, and I was thinking of going in, diving in for myself to see if I could like deal with the nature of the stories, but I'm like I'm not too sure yet because on one hand a lot of my viewers are on the younger side and might not be into like that dark elements. But on the other, chances are later in life, a couple of years from now, they might jump into that boat anyways. Existentialism. I think that's. Let me check what the word was, because I know it's basically questioning why am I here. Let me check if that was the right one. Yeah. Gotta get ready for a festival tomorrow morning, waking up at 6. Have a fun stream, everyone. Remember to like. Thank you, myself and comics, and good luck with the festival. I hope it's fun. Good night. Okay. Okay. Cosmo. Heyo, what did I miss? Not much. I've just been rambling for the last couple of minutes. Hopefully, my computer will let me stay on for more than 30 minutes. Okay, LeMay said Lovecraft or the Yellow King stories. It's more so the okay, so I think one of them was called The Slob. And I know, guys, I know, very gory, very disgusting in nature. That's the point of the books. It's like, it's supposed to make you grossed out. Huge point of the books. Like, I always get curious about those kind of books and how would a writer go about that and what makes them write that. Like, that's the whole mindset there of me when I like see anything into those stories. It's like morbid curiosity, okay? Then the other one I was listening to a while back ago was like, I think it was Goodnight Poom Poom. And I I went through a couple of reviews of that book because I was curious. I wanted to know, and oh my goodness, I was not expecting so much detail into like, oh god, it's like I know, guys. It's just those kind of books. I was just like curious about thinking of bringing into my content, but I've been like, I don't know. Yeah, it is a manga. It's pretty good in the ways of like telling its story, and just a lot of it just surprised me because you know you always think, oh, it's a manga story. Like and this is probably like a good chunk of people. I'm not saying everybody thinks this. Oh yeah, that sounds like a fun story to read. Every manga ends happily, right? It is so fucking dark. It is so fucking dark. I was not expecting it to go any direction. I was just like, okay, listening to this while I work, bam, I'm just addicted to listening to it, and I'm just like, okay, that's interesting. It had me on my toes when I was listening, and I'm like, oh, but to read it firsthand, that would be a totally different experience because one, I get more of the information but up close. But on the other hand, I'm just like, I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm ready for that mentally. Oh, wait. Okay. So, yeah, I've been working on figuring out that point. It is going to be interesting to see where it goes from there. Because I love reading just about everything I can get my hands on. But yeah, I think I will get back into talking about Resident Evil. Again, I will spare you guys from hearing about any spoilers because one, I don't want to get people spoiled. Two, eventually I'll have plenty of content in a later stream to talk about the spoilers because there is so much there. There is so much there. Because this has opened up a can of worms that Capcom really couldn't wait to unleash. But I do think it is kind of funny that here's the thing. I've been thinking about this ever since ever since I started playing the games and then looking at the release dates of said games and seeing how they jump ahead in time for some of them, especially at the beginning when the first game was released in 1960. I was gonna say 69. Okay, 1996. And then 2 years later, it's 1998. Resident Evil 2 comes out. Resident Evil 3 follows a year later. I think Capcom has something going on during 2028. There's going to be something happening in 2028. And then there's going to be something happen 2029. Nobody can convince me otherwise that 10 is going to be just 10. I think there's going to be something that leads back to the other characters. I know there's going to be something leading back because why would they release something that was supposedly supposed to be in 2028? And most of the games that we've seen, oh yeah, guess what? They follow in time. They follow exactly in the pattern of the year they're made. Oh, but this one? No, it goes in 2028. Well, this is 2026. I'm thinking there's going to be another 2 games on 2028 and 2029. Why would I think that? Because it makes sense. In the way that they released these games so far, I think it definitely will repeat the patterns of the first, second, and third game. Maybe that's overthinking it, and maybe I'm just a dumbass thinking of this, but you guys will definitely remember that in 2 years, 3 years from now, when they announce something big. I think that's what they're going to do. I think Jill is going to get her big moment back because why would they not put her in to Resident Evil 9? Guess what? There's going to be something bigger than what we've seen in Resident Evil 9. Again, I'm not going to mention what is in Resident Evil 9 right now because again, it's the release date and I haven't gotten the full story yet, but I think with the way that it mimics the first 2 release dates, because I'm thinking The next big main Resident Evil game is going to come out in 2028. Then 2029 is going to come out with another big game, which they say is going to be Resident Evil 10. I'm thinking Jill is going to get her big moment where she comes back into the spotlight, and she better get her fucking moment, Capcom, because if not, I'm going to be fucking pissed. I'm sorry. I'm just a little angry today. Oh gosh. Okay, let me read this. Cosmo. This is why I think Silent Hill is better than Resident Evil. Silent Hill may have its faults, but at least Silent Hill is capable of doing narratives with different characters, with their own stories, and own version of the town. Yeah, that's definitely true. I honestly think, compared to how Resident Evil is, there's going to be a big thing going on there for the ending. I'm still surprised about it because it's something major and big, and it's something that I'm still surprised about. I would not be surprised if they brought back Wesker. I would not be, not any Wesker. I'm talking Albert. Now they could have done that for this game, but no. They need to do something big for Albert's return. And guess what? If he appears in Resident Evil 10, I'm going to say this right now. It would make sense. It would make sense. Why? Because guess what? 5 plus 5 equals 10. Having Wesker be gone for that long, that many games, plus Revelations 1, 2, which technically he wasn't even... Revelations 1 is before 5, but still. I think they're going to go down that route where they bring back Wesker in that game. I would not be surprised because he's also a big name character. And I think it's going to be fucking hilarious to see them go down that route. Because I think Resident Evil 9 was testing the waters in that category. I'm just saying, fuck, I didn't say anything big, so yeah. Because, yeah, it's going to be really awkward for some people when they play 9. I'm just going to say that right now. It's going to be really awkward and confusing. I hope they don't bring back Wesker. Umbrella needs to be put to rest. I'm going to be honest, I'm tired of Umbrella. Let some other evil corporation company have the spotlight. And I really wish they would freaking do it at this point too. But with the evidence they've been laying out, I've just been like, I've been on theory mode all day, and it doesn't look like it's gonna end. I honestly want Resident Evil 10 to have 1, Ada, 2, who the fuck are the connections? 3, who the fuck does Ada work for? Is it the connections or is it something else? I need those answers. We still don't know what the fuck happened to the connections in 7. They just made Evelyn in the mold and screwed off. They thought they would be the new Bo Evil company, but they don't get developed. Yeah, it's pretty much that. It's pretty much that, and it sucks. It sucks so badly. Why? Because they don't have any explanation for a lot of these characters. Like, going the way it went, it's just, like, not surprising to me that it went to shit. Like, really badly. Like, I love those games, but I really wish they had actually given them a chance to develop and not just be like, you know what? We should just, like, fuck Resident Evil 7. Fuck Resident Evil 8. We should just bring back Leon. We're losing fans because we don't have enough Leon. Like, if they decided to do something major and fun with the original characters, this was just their testing grounds for, like, Resident Evil 10 based on how we react with Resident Evil 9, 10 is probably on the edge of having that whole, okay, here's the original OGs, yay, here's everyone else, here's this, let's take down some bows, people. Like, at this point, if they really want to just go in that direction, sure, fine. But I really wish they would go a different route about it. Like, could you imagine if they just switched it up? Like, do something that other game companies would never do. Like, something that would stay in the same universe, but you decide, hey, yeah, for the sake of the fans, how about you decide who are new main characters? Like, do something dumb like that. I'm joking. I'm joking, but like, for me, I would probably go down the route of, if I wanted to redo it all, go a different way about it, and just like poke fun at like the movie series or something, I would just like take all the side characters we don't see enough of, put them into their own universe, or they probably died in the main universe, and call it Resident Evil B. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Joking. That probably sounds like a good idea, but it probably would not be a good idea. I don't know. Okay. I don't even want the original characters anymore. I want new ones. I'm tired of them testing the waters with these games. Either fully experiment with the games you were making or cancel the series. Yeah, it's just going in a freaking circle at this point. Man, I am very much going to have fun with this piece. So, let me just give it a bit of a color outside of that. We're going to go a little bit outside the waters with this one. What could possibly go wrong? Like, currently, at the time, I'm just like writing my own comics about, Resident Evil, because that's the one thing that kind of brings me joy, okay? Something to just kind of like rework, in my personal opinion, kind of play around with, not really doing much of anything, but just playing with the sand, like playing in the sandbox of all the possibilities. Just that. It's just having fun with the characters. And that's okay. That's really much okay. But it just kind of sucks that, Capcom is just like, oh yeah, remember all those cool characters you saw in, like, Outbreak? Yeah, all of them are dead. Most of them. Maybe one or two are alive, maybe. It would be kind of cool to just, like, see them playing around with the concepts more with the new characters. Like, I'm still kind of bitter about Ethan, and I'm just like, this could have actually opened up something in a better direction. Because we could have actually seen him grow, kind of like Leon, but like in a different way. And it just kind of sucks that we won't see what they would do if it was all different. Like, there's so many things you could probably do to kind of make up for that. I'm not going to list them all because, like, obviously, some of them actually sound cool enough to sell as your own ideas. But at this point, just retire some of the characters. If you want to keep them and use them as something to sell with, I think they could have done what, like, they did with their other property, which was like, what was it called? Fuck. Let me check. Because I am confusified. Oh boy. Sorry, I'm just like freaking trying to find the right word. Name of it. Fuck, I forgot what I was even doing. Wait. My brain just being like, oh gosh, you know what you were doing? And I'm like, oh wait, I got a message. I gotta respond to that. And then I respond to it, and then another message, and I'm like, oh fuck. Then I forget what I was gonna do, and then I'm like, oh shit. Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna look up the other game that they turned into an animated series. Fuck. Okay, they already have Double May Cry and Ace Attorney. Ace Attorney was what I was gonna talk about. Because honestly, this is one of those things where I'm like surprised that they don't turn Resident Evil into its own show. If they really want to just do it, they can. They could do it. I wouldn't be so harsh with them, but Capcom is an AA company, gaming company. They have the money and resources, but the problem, like most AA companies, they are prioritizing graphics over story and play. I swear, so many games are so obsessed with making the graphics look realistic, a movie like they completely butcher the stories and gameplay. Why would I want to play a movie instead of watching it? It's like freaking hilarious to me because when I was playing like the first three Resident Evil games, like the graphics, yeah, they weren't the best, but that's the beauty of them. Like I feel like that's the whole point of them is like putting them in and just making all the designs as you will. Like do whatever you want to imagine with that. It doesn't have to be like accurate. It just has to follow the game. Like the fun of it, the whole thing. Like just focus on the game, not so much the graphics. It's cool seeing improved graphics, great. But the problem is that it kind of loses like there's gonna be so many freaking super realistic games out there. The data that has all those graphics is gonna be overloading with memory and stuff. When like they could like the idea of it is the freaking sorry. The idea of it, like they could make games that look like the original three or even like the original fourth game, like people would still buy it. Why? Because of the story. Like I think that would just totally work out in itself. Like if they had made like guess what they would have done if, like, how people would have reacted if they were like, you know what, for Resident Evil 7, let's go back to the original art style. Like, in a way, it focuses on like the cinematography and shit a little better, and we introduce this brand new character, Ethan, and instead of like him knowing what to do, he needs to, like, we have to like use different tools until we can actually get access to something, like, other than like an actual tool. Like, oh gosh, I'm not making much sense. My brain's just like on overload for what to do, what to think, what, that kind of shit. To be fair, they did make Resident Evil movies in live actions. Oh, I know. It's just like I kind of wish they would go in the direction that Ace Attorney does. Maybe that's just me with the whole thing of like the animation being in that style, but that would be kind of fun, Seeing like Leon and the gang in that art style, that would be fun. That would totally set, like, you could make a whole series on the first, second, third Code Veronica. Like, you're already looking at 4 seasons of Resident. Well, if you merge 2 and 3 together, because that would make sense with the timeline, that would be like 3 seasons. Okay, like season 1 would focus on Resident Evil 1. Wait, Resident Evil 0 and 1. Season 2 would focus on like game 2 and 3, and the third season would focus on Code Veronica. I think that would make more sense. I am really insane with this. Thumbelina, knock it off. But yeah, I am very much focused on those concepts a little bit more. Oh, Thumbelina, what are you doing? Oh, she's trying to climb under my lap. I am trying my best to like focus on the art piece too, but it's like a pain in the booty. Because slowly in the background, I'm kind of working on the concept of what I would do for like if I was in charge of like Resident Evil as a property. Because honestly, I love making my own versions of things and just playing around with it. It's what motivates me to actually improve, which I might actually have to say, how do I word this? I might be posting like a couple of times a month and focusing entirely on the comics I'm making, just so I can kind of get somewhere with them. Okay, so let's see. Have any more comments? Not yet. Oh, frick. I feel like so many people are messaging me, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Thumbelina, are you trying to get back into the cage? I think she's just expecting me to just let her sleep in my lap. I would if she was smaller, but she's an English sheepdog, so yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, we're just gonna have to make sure we get you trimmed on the head a bit. Because you keep messing up in the mud. Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Thumbelina, what are you doing? Thumbelina. Do you just love getting stuck? Yeah. I'm still kind of working on it. Oh, frick. Oh my goodness. Have you just been doing that all the time? Okay, sorry. Okay. I finished that message, but yeah, at this point I say make your own fan fiction or comic of your version of Resident Evil, your own story of it. That's what I'm doing with Resident Evil Village, Alice Winters DLC. It's gonna be fun. I cannot wait to get into like the better production parts of my comic. Oh my god. Bug. Ugh, ugh. Okay. Anyways, I'll show you guys what I'm working on so far. Now, don't judge. Don't judge. It's not perfect. I know. I know. Like, I honestly feel really annoyed with it. Not super annoyed with it, but just trying to have that happy balance of evenness, of understanding how to make a background better. Because this whole thing is just to basically improve on stuff I don't draw a lot of, or don't focus a lot on. Ow, Thumbelina, what's wrong? She's just like staring at me while I'm working, and I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. So I might go down the route of just doing what I'm doing in this, having it kind of be a black and white, like a toned out gray, white to gray story comic, because I think I do better with that than I do with actual colors. Like, I would love to be able to like make a comic with color in it. But the problem with that would be me going into doing complete inking. Then again, blending is not that better, but it's a little easier to get the shape right. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be working a little bit on this page, so I might go down that route, to be honest. So yeah. Melina, what the hell? Anyways, let me just put the sketch. Oh, fuck. Were you just hoping to get Thumbelina? What do you. I think she's trying to get through the. Which area do you want to go to? Trying to determine what a dog wants is difficult. Okay. I like it. I know it's a rough draft, but the backgrounds look great. Also, I like the idea of a black and white instead full color. Makes it more intense and spooky. That is definitely true. I've noticed that from a lot of different horror manga. I mean, yeah, it's manga. It's obviously going to be black and white. But when I read like compared from like that those mangas, I mean manga to comics, yeah, it's a lot more intense because you don't know what is what. Like, is that blood? Is that paint? I don't know. I don't think I want to know. But yeah, it's going to be fun to do that. So honestly, the first way I begin that would be a middle ground. So this is going to be totally a new page. Oh, wait. Forgot that it was going to be in the background. How could I forget? So, wait. Oh, no. Okay, this is going to be multiplied. But yeah. Gonna have a lot of intense darkness in a lot of the scenes. Well, most of the scenes that don't require me to go into like the light up areas. I think it's definitely going to be a lot more creepier because of how many atmospheres there's going to be. But this comic is probably just going to be like 52 pages. Like 52 pages for the first game. Because one, I don't want to go through like step by step of everything that happens. People can play the game, watch a playthrough of the game. They would just know which parts my character was included in if they wanted to like know. I think like doing step by step of like origin stories kind of sucks. Like step by step, here's what happens in this, here's what happens in that. Like you already know the original story. It's kind of like what they do with like Spider-Man, like in his story, like, oh yeah, you're gonna watch like the new Spider-Man movie and it retells Uncle Ben getting shot. Yeah, no thank you. I don't wanna. Oh, now I'm thinking of a Norse style Resident Evil game where you are a detective trying to solve missing people's cases and get into the experiments. Black and white style mystery Resident Evil game. I'm surprised something like that hasn't come out. That's like, it's very basic to follow. It sounds interesting. You already got people going in for like all these other things that are like, pretty basic, like Poppy Playtime. I know that's still one of my biggest game streams ever. Like, I'm still surprised to this day that it's 5,000 views. I'm trying to find ways to help beat that, but the way to do that would be playing the like Poppy Playtime again. But I'm not like convinced that I'm gonna do anything. So yeah. Oh, my mic is glitching. Is it still glitching? Is it still going on? It's still glitching. Can you guys still hear me? Or do I gotta like pull this out and like redo it? Or like come back into like the room after leaving with the mic? Oh, now it's stopped. Okay. Stopped. That's good. I was a little worried because I was like, oh man, this was a pretty good like gaming headset and then it just fucks me over. But yeah, let's see what I can do. I think with a lot of people, some people don't understand how some shading would work. I think a lot of people don't get that sometimes. Because if you think about like how everything is when making a comic, I feel like a lot of people perfectionism is what holds a lot of people back. I think it's held me back for many, many years because I'm scared of making one mistake and having people point it out and then tell me I'm a loser, that I should never live, blah, 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 that I should give up, my dreams suck. It's one of those things, which that's understandable. There's going to be a lot of tweaks in the design, I swear. There's going to be a lot of design tweaks. That, and it spares me from like having to deal with getting accurate colors. I think colors in general, when trying to use them, it's difficult to stick with them. Like, some people will forget cold shading and warm shading for specific uses of color, and then it's going to look weird. I mean, you could do whatever you want, but it's also like, this is like one of those big elements of how you could like get better with your consistency. It's one of those things where you have to like be comfortable with what you do. I know it's definitely going to be a pain in the ass for me when I have to start making the rest of the comic pages, because I feel like I'm one of those people that sculpt paints. Like, basically, I think that's the preferred term. Oh my gosh, Scripto. I think that's the preferred term for making these like drawings, that you basically you use one color, then you use the lighter tone, you shape it a bit, you get into it more, and it just shapes out better. But yeah, it's gonna be fun getting everything done. It's gonna suck to finish this, but at least I'm with you guys. Main reason it's going to look like this is because I wanted to combine elements from like the first game, the remake of it, into a way where it doesn't feel like it's completely ripping off the like where it's not just one game, it's the combination of them both. Not to say that like one copy is better than the other. It's just like a preference for everyone, and I'm a fan of both. I like combining these things to kind of make them look fun and different. And I even got the map of the mansion. Like, I was looking online to see if I could take something to stare at to kind of make sense of the scenery, because whenever you're like whenever you're thinking of the atmosphere when doing a comic, here's a huge thing: layouts. When I was first starting out, I didn't really care about layouts. I mean, I still kind of don't to this day. Hence why I'm bad at like making my own set. I'm bad at that. That's something I have to improve on in future times. Don't worry about it for now. But over time, it's going to become a huge problem. But yeah, I'm currently working on that. But yeah, I found a map. I think it's mostly for tabletop board games, like not tabletop board games, tabletop roleplay games. And it's really interesting because I did not think they would have that, and that makes me so excited because I know so many people probably enjoyed playing that game somewhere, and apparently you can actually project it onto a game table with the like a like electric screen, and it plays as the tabletop, and it's like so freaking cool because then you don't have to do it all yourself. It probably cost a lot of money, which that's so that would be so worth it if I knew how to play tabletop board games, or I mean role play games. Oh boy. Anyway, request for you, Kate. In the future, would you ever think of playing Hollow Knight and Silk Song? I will say those games are hard, like Bloodborne, but I love it for the art, the lore, and the characters. I have don't have any clue what they look like. Give me a second. I need to check out what they look like. Okay, Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight Silk Song. Oh my gosh. That is so adorable. Look at that character. It's got a cool head. It's got a cool head. I would definitely look into this because oh my goodness, look at how cool these. I'm definitely gonna have to check this game out. I'm definitely gonna put it on my to play list. I don't know anything about it, so I'm gonna save that for when I get it, and then I'll play it, and then you'll get to see my reaction to it. It'll be fun. But yeah, I'll definitely have to give it a try. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Could you guys not do it near my feet? I'd like to live. Oh my god. Duncan! Duncan! Stop being a grumpy baby. Can you not? Duncan? No, you get to go into the cage of shame. It's a good thing that the cage is there, like right next to my desk, so if anything. Because I do not want another incident to happen with my hand. Because the last time I tried to separate one of my like Thumbelina from like Emmy, it was just I didn't bleed too bad, but it was just like a small bite. But yeah, do not ever interfere when your dogs do something like that. It gets intense. And you never know how damaging bites can be. I'm just lucky it wasn't like a huge bite where it's like, oh, I take a chunk of your entire limb. Ah, then it would be problematic. But fortunately to me, it was just a small one. Anyways, I look forward to your playthrough. Hey, 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 I laugh at what you will soon experience. That laugh is making me nervous. That is making me very, very nervous. But I will still play it because I love experiencing new games. It's always fun to me, and I love being able to see what they have. I know, guys. I am super slow with my production on the art. Okay, I know. Yeah, I guess it's kind of in that color too, so. Just making sure I have everything in line. Because over time, it will definitely be a fun time changing everything. Yeah, shelf. Yeah, shelf. Oh, yeah, I forgot the first panel. Like I said, it's going to be a fun time. For fuck's sake. Nah. Wait. It didn't fucking do those splosh. Oh, fuck! For some reason, it just decides to take everything I make and delete it. Well, not today! But yeah, you're to me. You guys know who. Okay, I am back from the dead. Sorry about that, guys. Let me make sure I get the screen back to where it was. Potato salad. All right. Okay, just gotta make sure I begin the shading process. I'm gonna try my best to spend the next several minutes chatting of what I'm gonna end up doing here and there. I do plan on posting future videos of Let's Me playing Resident Evil 1, the original one, not streams, because after playing just for a specific amount of time, I figured I'd do videos to make it so you guys can watch it while I ramble about whatever topic gets on. It's kind of interesting, let me be real, because I was not expecting how many videos I would manage to get finished. I got like maybe 10 videos made. I think it was 9 or 10. I haven't finished the game, but I figured I'd probably post like a video, probably 2 videos a week until I finish it. But I'm trying to finish it so then I can start on Resident Evil 2. Then slowly over time, post the parts in pairs so you guys can have something to watch when I don't have discussions, like normal discussions up. It's a work in progress. So, Kate, out of curiosity, are you planning on doing some discussion videos that are Resident Evil related? And if so, what topics did you want to cover? Game reviews, character analysis? It's definitely going to be a mix of those two. There's going to be like reviews where I do a review after I finish playthrough and I will discuss my reasoning for why it was good or why it was bad or whatever comes to mind. I'm kind of organizing how I would like address the reviews. It's just kind of something I've been trying to get into a little bit more. As for character analysis, oh gosh, those are going to be really fun to do. They're going to be fun. They're going to have a little bit of me going into a long ramble. And of course, if I'm focusing on specific counterparts, like per se, Leon from 2 or Leon from like 4, 6, or 9, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be really interesting because I didn't think I would get a chance to do something like that. It's going to definitely go into that territory, as well as like all these different things that discuss, like, that are discussed in the Resident Evil fandom. And one of those popular ones would definitely be the shipping situation. It's definitely more bad now because of one of the scenes. I'm not going to mention which scene. I'm not going to say how it goes because I'm going to try my best to keep my lips sealed until a couple of more weeks to give everyone a chance, or to at least after I finish 9 myself and we can all discuss it like civilized people. Because oh my gosh, I've never seen a bloodbath this intense. Like I'm gonna get okay, I did not get kicked off. Okay, good, good. I did not want to get kicked off for obvious reasons of what I don't know how much that even captured previously when I answered the question. It's just really frustrating. But yeah, currently I'm gonna be off and on making videos. I'm just trying my best to finish Resident Evil 1 for the playthroughs, and then also going to start recording some of the other discussion videos in the next few days so I can cover March and a bit of April, because I'm trying my best to get all that stuff out of the way and just like recording things a month in advance, because I can't do like discussions and then releasing a day later. It's like stressful as hell having all these different video ideas and then just like trying to break them down, which is why the Resident Evil playthroughs are going to be a lot of rambling about fandoms, about anything in general in pop culture. It's gonna basically follow a lot of discussion topics I've tackled on in previous streams, but I go more into depth about them, or I ramble way too much about them. I know for a fact I might be cringy or annoying in some of them. I think that's the fun kind, though. I'm not too sure. Whenever I record myself, I always get like, oh, this is going to be interesting, I guess. And then I rewatch it and I'm like, oh, shit. Well, it's already made. I'm going to release it out. Hopefully, people like it. That kind of thing. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to talking about more for the Resident Evil series and maybe checking out other things that people might suggest. But yeah, I'm guessing for each game, there's probably going to be like, I want to say maybe 10 to 12 parts for a playthrough. Like 10 to 12 parts. So you're probably looking at more than 100 videos from the entirety of Resident Evil. And I mean all the games I have managed to play in previous like streams. Like this is going to be really intense, guys. There's going to be a lot there, and I can't wait. I cannot wait to share it with you guys, and I can't wait to play Resident Evil 9 tomorrow. I was going to do it tonight. I was going to try and do it tonight, but I did not get my copy. It's a day late. So, yeah, I'm a little frustrated. Not too much, because it's like it's not a big deal. I mean, I was really excited to play it immediately, but whatever. I can wait. And it feels like everyone's doing it, and I'm like, are people gonna come to my channel that are new to like Resident Evil? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, it did not fall too far. I was playing around with like this squeezy thing because I'm just like way too much in my thoughts, and I'm just like now very tense about things. Not the game. I'm just like really nervous because I'm so excited about being able to play as Grace and also be playing as Leon. I can't wait to see what happens. I know the endings, because let me be real, if I would probably have not like done a live stream if I knew what would happen, or if I didn't know what would happen, because I'm just that tense about it. Like this is a series I'm very attached to. It's so weird how like you can immediately get caught into a fandom that you didn't really think much about, and now it's like your whole world. There's a good way to cope, and there's a bad way to cope. There's like, with reality and junk. There's a lot going on there. But yeah, it's something I'm really very much looking forward to. Mostly because I was not expecting to like play the game immediately because I was just like nervous as hell. But with it coming tomorrow, I'm just like so excited. But anyways, that might be the end of the stream. I don't have too much to talk about because I feel like if I open my mouth anymore about like what these other things that I've been thinking of are, I'm gonna spoil somebody by accident, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be an asshole in that category because people deserve to watch it or to play it themselves if they want to find out what's gonna happen. But I do think my theory on the whole release schedule is gonna be something I'm gonna hold up about, like I'm gonna hold very close because if they're releasing a game that takes place in 2028, then something is in the makings for the next year or two and will be released on 2028, which would kind of connect, kind of like the first game was released in 1996 and then the second game is in 1998. Something tells me there's going to be something big in the making. Why? I don't know. I feel like it's something. It's definitely got to be. It's definitely got to connect with the release schedule. And it just seems so coincidental that something like what's been going on with the story and plot so far in Resident Evil just connecting like this. I'm really hoping that they put more, like I hope we get some DLCs for Resident Evil 9. I'm really hoping so because that would be really amazing. Kind of like what they did with Resident Evil 7. I really hope we at least get one badass thing going on there. Like one badass character we did not expect. Just give me something like that, Capcom. Give me something major. Make me want to like. Okay, I don't know, but still. But yeah, I think this might be the end of the stream. I'm not too sure yet. It's kind of interesting there, Cosmo, because in terms of when specific games were made, the original Resident Evil was made in 1996. Well, was released in 1996. I think with, gosh, I gotta really look into this real quick because sometimes my brain talks before I think, and let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, the original game released in 1996, and of course, that was March 22nd. So there's got to be something coming out on March 22nd, though. Because you're telling me you don't release something, like you wouldn't release Resident Evil 9 on the 22nd. No, because it's not a Friday that day. But they could release something having to do with an announcement. Now that's kind of weird because it would be like, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, well, almost 3 weeks since Resident Evil 9. But I do think they would have like some kind of weird hint, or at least maybe a DLC information released during that time. I mean, yeah, it would be like 3 weeks afterwards, but you're telling me there wouldn't be some kind of big announcement or something connected to the next game, like, or a remake. There's got to be something happening on the 22nd next month. You cannot tell me otherwise. Otherwise, I'm going to feel like a giant asshole. Wait, no. Otherwise, I'm going to feel like a giant dumbass. That's the preferred term. Yeah. Also weird that they released 9 the same month they released 8, despite the two games having nothing in common with each other. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like, I think they taped in their schedule of what games they would release, like, based off of, like, what their original goal was. I kind of really hope that Capcom will do something that will shake up the entirety of their universe. Like, there's got to be something interesting there. And you know what would be kind of funny? Like, imagine Resident Evil 10. Okay, we're all imagining that, right? Everybody's gonna be there. There's all the originals. There's gonna be, like, Rebecca, and maybe even Billy. I'm hoping we see Billy. I swear to God, if they don't bring fucking Billy back, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Because if they don't, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be super sad. Because I think he is a good character, and I do think he has the biggest possibility of returning. You have all the original characters, but imagine, like, them going down another route. Because they know they're gonna. They do this stupid shit all the time. Like, you can't tell me Capcom would not be like, you know what we said like a couple of years ago when we said the father's story is over now? And then out of fucking nowhere, you get like Ethan Winters, but not the original Ethan Winters. I think they're gonna clone Ethan Winters before anyone comes after me. I think it makes sense that if they cloned Ethan and like made their own soldier, like, based off that, like, you can't be telling me they're not going to be trying to make something like Ethan, who fucking managed to get out of a fucking house, like, he's like filled with all these death traps, all these monsters, and then also a whole fucking village. You're not telling me they're not going to be like, hey, yeah, you know that guy who managed to get out of there, and despite him having his arm cut off several times, you're telling me nobody decided, let's clone him? I would be fucking shook if they decided to go down the route of having a clone Ethan. Like an Ethan clone. Because it wouldn't really be Ethan. It would be a totally different person, but they, like, I don't know, program memories and shit. I think it would be super fucking amazing. And he could just be, like, evil and shit. He's programmed to be evil and shit. And then you have one of the characters being like, oh, but you could be good, right? And it's just like, no, I can kill you. Sorry, guys. I'm just way too excited for this. Like, I'm way too excited for the game tomorrow. I'm way too excited to throw in theories. I'm way too excited for everything, okay? Ah, gosh. I need to take a sippy sip. But yeah. Oh, wait. Cosmo said something, but first things first, sippy sip. Oh, now you want to come out, Duncan. Okay, hi there, buddy. Okay. I mean, I would expect something to be announced. How old the franchise will be on that day. This could be what Capcom this could be what helps Capcom keep the fans engaged. Like, yeah, you just finished the game. Like, a lot of people managed to get it last week, and some even rushed today to like finish the entirety of the game, not absorbing how much work and effort. Oh my god, it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. I mean, I'm gonna go on the idea that Chris is gonna go on a dark path and make bows with Rose and Ethan to try and combat the other villains, only to become one himself, like Anakin from Star Wars. That would be fucking badass. Like, honestly, I'm surprised we don't see more into Chris's back, like, not background, but like the moments when he's not in combat. Like, I want to see him dealing with like all this guilt and immense pain. And honestly, I would love for Chris to have like a nightmare kind of like figure walking with him, and just basically a manifestation of Wesker, just like, talking down to him or just fucking around and annoying the shit out of him. Like, not no, like, oh, I'm doing this on purpose. It's more like just mostly a lot of talking down. And he, like, that makes Chris paranoid and shit. That would make a lot of fucking sense. And kind of like what happened with the Teen Titans in like the series, the animated series, where Robin's like Slade's here and all that shit, and everyone's like, but he's dead. He can't hurt you because he's dead. And he's like paranoid as fuck. That would be fucking not hilarious. That would be very interesting. You're telling me after everything this guy's been through, the setup in 8, they aren't going to go and make him a new Wesker? That would be a badass and subverted story point in the franchise. Like, that would be freaking interesting there. Like, imagine how far you're going to go. Like, Chris just basically, like, I remember when I told you guys that, like, one idea, when I was like, notice how he's like dressing in a lot of black. Guess what? Guess what? After 6, we had like, it was a huge jump. Like, in 6, we see Chris in like a kind of a neutral outfit. Like, he's not in the green, and colors are a big thing when you're doing storytelling. Like, colors are a huge thing. Like, it makes the character, like, you see Leon in like a dark blue like aesthetic, you see Claire in her red jacket, you basically see all these characters in their colors. But for freaking Chris, he goes from like dark green, neutral green to black. What happened there? What is going on here? You're telling me he's not like infected by something that Wesker put into his brain? Implanted something into Chris's brain, or like some kind of weird virus thing. Like, you can make up this dumb shit of like, it's a brain thing that goes into his brain, or an advanced version of Jill's like gemstone that was on her chest, but it goes into the back of his like head, and it's super small and he can't notice it, and it's implanted into his brain. You're not telling me he's got some kind of thing going on in his head? I think that would be really a big twist, because you wouldn't be like, nobody would see that coming. Nobody would see that coming. Yeah, it was kind of teased that like, oh, Chris shot Mia, he must be evil now. And like, 8, but then it just turns out it was like a huge misunderstanding. But you're not telling me with how he goes about these things, he's not gonna. I'm just saying here. I'm just saying, if they went down that route, I would go for it. That seems like a good idea. I think if they made the Golden Boy the next villain, then I would be far more invested in the series again. An excuse to get the others to side or stop him, like a Resident Evil Civil War. That would be fucking badass. That would be. You would have like Leon against Chris or some shit. Like, go for that. Let's say that, for example. And Claire has to decide who she wants to partner with. And it just, that would be like, going from there, that would be very interesting. And honestly, it would be super hilarious if like Jill's like, wait, I think something's seriously wrong with him if he's acting like this. But yeah. Anyways, we're only about we're almost 2 hours in. We're almost 2 hours in. Okay, good, good. Okay. I think I've done enough rambling for one day. I'm just noticing that my voice is going down, and I'm like, oh no. I gotta make sure I reserve myself so I can speak a little bit more tomorrow night when I do the Resident Evil 9 stream. I'm gonna be so happy to finally do that because I know a lot of people are curious to see me either A, be very emotional at like, at the smallest of things, B, they just want to watch me get, like, murderized by all the monsters and zombies and shit. C, I'm probably their only good choice to watch Resident Evil 9. I say this while everyone else plays Resident Evil 9 on stream or on video, and I'm like, yeah, I'm the only one you can trust, guys. That was poking fun at the whole thing. I just honestly feel like this is going to be so nerve wracking. Oh, God. But yeah, I am very excited for this, especially for how I think this is going to be like big. But it also feels, from what I've heard, it feels like it meshed everything up from the first three games, from what I hear. Like, they meshed up all three games into this game, and it's kind of surprising because I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So, anyways, who knows? Maybe they might surprise us with something. They might surprise us with something with the gameplay. But it does feel like it's kind of frustrating because I really did hope Jill was going to have some kind of mention in this. Like, if you really think about it, out of all the characters there, she has more of a reason to go back because that's where she used to live, how she had a job, like all that stuff. And Leon's just like, yeah, I was only in there for one day. Not that it didn't make an impact in his character. I mean, it did, but I feel like Capcom is definitely trying to reserve a Jill game. Like, I am hoping we get a Jill game next. I really, really hope so. And it just kind of feels like they cheated us out of it because they didn't want to go down the route of, well, trying. And I say this while I played most of the original Resident Evil 3. I have not finished it yet, but it was just like surprising as hell that, oh yeah, we had this happen. And you didn't use it in the game because we didn't feel like it. And I feel like due to that impact that they didn't follow the original game and actually do it with newer graphics, it's just like, what was the point of it then? Show us what, like, Nemesis looked in 3D, more 3D realistically. Oh gosh, thank you. I am so betrayed right now. And it's so weird because it's like, I know it took me a lot more easy, like a lot more longer to follow in the original game to be like to try and beat it. I still haven't beat it yet. But in the remake, I've managed to beat it in one weekend, and I'm like, damn. But anyways, I think it's about time I end the stream so I don't lose my voice before tomorrow. So anyways, I am very thankful for you guys coming to the stream, and I can't wait for tomorrow night. Please join me because that will be probably most likely, let me check the time. So we're probably looking at a 7 o'clock stream tomorrow night at Central Time. So 7 p.m. Central Time. If anyone wants to show up for that. Anyways, my final words: stay safe, stay cool, and stay hydrated. This is Dazzling Kate signing the hell out of here.